Hello, and welcome to the Drop a Stitch podcast.
I'm your host, Danny.
And I'm your other host, Natalie. Okay, we're going to have to do this again, Danny.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're good. How are you?
I'm good. Wait, you have to say what we're going to talk about today first.
Okay. Well, they already know it's late. It's not that late.
It's actually not.
It's actually not. This is the first time we're recording this early.
Yeah, I know. It's actually it's 8 o'clock, guys, and we're recording. This is a feat.
Yeah.
It's usually like 9, 10.
Yeah. 9:30.
Yeah.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about ways to make money with knitting and crochet.
Yeah.
So if you have no idea where to start or how to just make money with your hobby, I think this is going to be the episode for you.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun one. But first, now that you've already said it, how are you today?
Oh, I'm great. If you can hear in my voice, I'm a little bit stuffy. My kids got a cold and we're at the end of it. So luckily, we're at the end of it. But it was just, it's just annoying to have a cold. Whether it's just a regular cold or a bad one or COVID. Thank God it's not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here if it was COVID.
No, I wouldn't be. I would stay far, far away.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. No, but we're at the end of it. We just have, the last days that...
the last few sniffles.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, pretty good. I have been posting a lot on my Instagram and working behind the scenes. I haven't posted a video on YouTube, but I'm still working behind the scenes, so pretty busy. How are you?
I'm good.
How's baby?
Baby is good. Baby is doing well. I've got all the stomach cramps, which is normal because my stomach is apparently stretching to make space for baby.
Of course.
And then aside from that, I still haven't posted on Instagram.
She just checked. Last time she posted was when? January?
End of January. It's
okay, but we're in March.
2 months.
Yeah,
almost.
We're at the end of March. We're at the end of March.
I know, it's insane.
Can you believe that? Doesn't even feel like it.
No.
I feel.
It's crazy.
I know.
But yeah, I haven't posted. I have been working on this one project that you've heard me talk about in all the episodes before, the rainbow blanket. I'm still working on it. It's very slow moving because I haven't been able to put much time into it, but it's getting there. It's getting there, guys.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
And we are also working right now as we speak. We're crocheting. Both of us are crocheting.
Yes, so you may hear some...
Yeah, you're going to hear noises. I wish this was also... You know what we could do, actually? Like, we can't have the camera facing us. Like, we cannot face the camera, but we could put one here.
Yeah.
And have
see
just
our
like
sides the whole time?
Yeah, and just like, you're going to see... Well, that's what it is. You still see people just talking to each other.
Yeah.
We could do that and then and just have like a little bit of fancier tripod.
Give us a couple weeks, guys. We'll try to fancy up our
boxes.
Setup and then we might do
I think that
videos.
might be fun. I think that would be because then you can actually see our messes. Like
and understand all the little noises.
Yeah.
And the laughs.
Yeah.
As Danny is currently entangling this giant yarn barf.
Can you hear these? This is like ASMR yarn.
Yeah.
But I think that would be so fun.
In other news, guys, we just decided we're going to the Sugar Shack together and
Yay!
book tickets.
We just got the ticket. I just got the tickets.
Yes.
And we're going with 2 kids, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Last year, we went to...
With one kid.
With Luca. Isa wasn't born yet. I was very pregnant. And Luca liked it. He was sitting there quietly eating for pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think now it's going to be even easier because he actually really likes eating and he'll enjoy all the sugar. And
Oh, yeah.
all the things.
Issa's gonna love it too.
Issa's gonna love it.
She eats now.
Oh, she loves to eat. That kid, oh my gosh, she loves to eat.
I know.
It's ridiculous. Like,
It's gonna be so
we,
fun.
we give her pieces of meat and she grabs it and chews on it, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, how? Why? How do you like this so much?
Well, feed her once in a while, girl.
I know. Once in a while. But she has a blast every time she eats. She loves it.
Yeah, they're gonna have fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think they're gonna have fun too. So yeah, that's what we're doing next weekend.
Yeah. This weekend.
This weekend. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh, what day is today? Today's Monday.
Today's Monday. The podcast comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
For our listeners, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Do not let us confuse you into thinking it's Monday again.
Yeah. No. It will be Wednesday for when they are listening.
Yes.
But where's my scissors here? Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun. I hope it's fun for the kids. I know. I'm sure it will be.
It will be.
It was so yummy last time.
It's gonna
They
be
had
good. It's always
like
good.
really nice food.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's a different place we're going to this time, but
Yeah, we should make it a tradition, eh?
it's
That
gonna
we-
be a tradition from now on. I mean, this is our second year. It's
second
already
year.
a tradition
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
We just have to keep going.
And then we're gonna just be there with our ginormous families,
Yes, exactly.
with all the kids.
Yeah.
But yeah. So back to the podcast. I think it would be a fun idea if we can, because I have all the equipment. You guys know I record video tutorials, so I have all the fancy cameras and lightings. We just have to make the background a little bit more.
What you mean, Danny? You have to clean up your mess.
I will clean
Creative
up my
mess. Creative mess.
Yeah, I will clean my creative mess for the podcast and have it set up in the day so that whenever you come, we can actually do that.
Sure, that
and yeah, so then, it's just a question of clicking the button, and you're gonna see us, of course. Don't expect nice looks, don't expect a nice hair or makeup or anything. We're just gonna be exactly how we are right now.
Guys, if you've seen Danny's new blanket pattern, I'm currently wrapped in it
Yeah,
while I'm crocheting
it's
on my
been
chair.
doing really, really well.
It's nice. It's warm. It's comfy.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
wait,
it.
that was another point. Okay. Oh no, but I think that can.
Let's just get started on the points.
Okay, let's just get started. Just give me 1 second. I need to write something down. Okay, let's get started with today's episode. So we don't.
Ways to make money crocheting and knitting.
Yeah.
The first one, the most obvious one for most people, is probably selling finished items.
Mm-hmm.
Like at markets, with people you know, orders from businesses.
Wait, but let's do it in order. So first, you can sell online. Right?
What's wrong with my order?
Well,
Okay, she got a little paper, guys. We gotta follow the paper order. Sorry.
well, that would be you. Okay. I guess yours was correct, because if you don't
The first
know,
part of it was,
Yeah.
in the sense that it's selling finished items.
yes,
Start there.
Yeah.
You can make money by selling finished items. It's probably what most people think of when
Yeah.
you're knitting or crocheting. It's items.
Mm-hmm. But what I was saying that it's right that you were saying is you always start with friends and family.
Yeah.
So you always start with, selling to your best friends or to your cousin or whatever, and people you know. Then you slowly transition to other things.
Yeah. Generally, I mean, for most people, I think it starts with markets.
Yeah, I think most people will start with Facebook and things like that first.
That could be true, too.
Because not
Okay,
everybody.
The point on the list, guys, is selling online.
Yeah, no,
That's what
because
she's trying to get at.
no. Because not everyone has all the equipment to go to a market.
No, that's
not
true.
everyone knows how to find a market, which is we're
And
gonna
we'll
get
do a whole market series
Yeah.
this summer as we get
Closer to the-
into market season, so that it's relevant information for you guys at that point.
Yeah, we have like a whole series because I have been doing markets for like 6 years. So
and I started doing market last year.
Yeah.
So
and this year you won't be able to.
Don't take all my hopes away.
What do you mean?
Able to do.
I think
You did markets with
Isa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I left her at home.
Not at the beginning.
Oh no, not at the beginning.
No, I came with you. You didn't leave her at home.
Yeah, that's true. What am I talking about?
I don't know what you're. At the end, when you were doing all the Friday ones, you left her at home.
Oh yeah, because it was it was
her evening
bedtime
ones. But you did a bunch, and you just brought her.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you brought me and her.
Of course,
I got all the baby snuggles.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna bring my baby and whenever I have to feed her, can you just give me 10 minutes so I can finish here and then.
And then I'll process your sale.
Yeah. Okay, let's back to the list.
Yes.
So the first way, not the first, but one of the ways of selling your crochet or knitting items is online. And online we have Etsy, we have Shopify, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm sure there's...
Well, Shopify is a platform
on
where you can create your
own
website.
Space.
There's a bunch. I don't know but like I see ads for GoDaddy all the time. Like it's kind of your own website that you can create.
Which one's the other?
There's another one. There's Shopify. There's a Square.
Square. Yeah,
you can sell with Square.
Yeah, so I just say Shopify because that's what I use.
Yeah, people generally will do it through Instagram, through Facebook, and through some sort of website of their own.
Yeah.
Whatever platform they use behind the website, or through Etsy.
Yeah, and here's another little point. If you guys want us to do another episode talking about Etsy and everything, because you can go on and on and on and on Etsy, let us know, because I have been in there for so long and I already know a lot about Etsy. I feel like I know a lot about Etsy, and though it's always changing, I feel like you need to have a good foundation, whether the platform is changing or not.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of debating because of their fees and blah blah blah. So if you want us to talk about Etsy, we can totally do that. Or if you want us to talk about Shopify and creating your own website, we can also do that. So, just give us ideas. Let us know if that's something that it's interesting for you, and we can definitely do that. But the easiest ones are Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy, because Shopify or your own website requires you to create your own website.
Yes, and it also requires you to bring,
Your
Facebook and Instagram kind of does too, but to bring your own audience to buy your stuff, whereas Etsy, you have access, like obviously you're paying fees, but that covers that. You have access to
millions of customers.
Yes, that search on Etsy for stuff. Yeah. So
that's
and then Facebook too, like generally through Facebook and Instagram, what's great is that you can build a community. You can follow people, you can kind of have your own little community, and it makes it easier to have like a customer base. Whereas if it's your own website, it's very, very hard to reach people and to try to bring them to buy through your website. Unless
you have the budget to do ads on Google and stuff like that, or Pinterest is another great way to sell,
to bring traffic.
Not to sell, to bring traffic.
Yeah.
So selling online, it's big. There are a lot of places where you can do so. You just need to know what you're doing, basically.
Yeah. There's advantages and disadvantages to all. Maybe we can dwell further into that in different episodes too.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'm actually very excited to talk about the differences and And
I think it would be fun too, like while we're on this, maybe when we're done the episode and we've mentioned all the ways, you can tell us which ways you use and which I can say which ways I use.
Okay.
Because we don't necessarily use them all.
Exactly.
And
I think I do, but...
Yeah, you probably do, but I definitely don't.
The next point is selling at markets.
Yes, selling at markets. In a way, it's a lot easier in the sense that you don't have to worry about shipping and like all that stuff. But it's a lot more time consuming because you have to do your whole setup.
Yeah.
You have to spend the day there. You have to have your display. But it's a great way, and this is going to be part of our market series this summer too, how to pick a good market and like what to look for.
Oh my gosh, I have so much to say about markets. It's
I
crazy.
know.
I'm so excited for those episodes. Okay, so markets is one place where you can sell or make money with your crochet or knitting. The next one is blogging.
Yes.
And by blogging, I mean having your own website blog with the B and not vlogging on YouTube.
Yes. Although you possibly could vlog too.
Yeah, you can do too.
But blogging is usually like it's posts that people can read. Typically, you'll have ads or affiliate links that will be able to bring you income.
Yeah, affiliate links. I didn't put that one.
We'll see on your list.
On my super duper list.
But it typically goes, I mean, you can do affiliate link through your social media, but generally
online,
it's often seen through blogging.
Yeah.
Because as you talk about the product, you can very organically like put links and people can just click and it brings them to directly to the product. But yeah, blogging can make you some money. It's kind of like selling online where you have to have your own website, but the difference is you're not just trying to bring people to buy something. You're generally, the goal with blogging is to offer something to people.
Yeah.
Offer them a tutorial, offer them knowledge, offer them how to do this, give them more insight. And so people have something to gain, and so they tend to keep coming back. The great thing is if you have a website that has your blog, you can add the shopping platform to it and then kind of have both, so you have people that come back for your blogging and then they can get enticed to purchase something from you.
And the thing is, when you're blogging, you don't necessarily have to have patterns and things like that. You can also create a blog where you're just sharing about your experience with knitting and crochet, sharing what are your favorite tools and what you use the most and what you recommend.
This is what I've been meaning to do for like a year and a half. I haven't done yet.
And why not?
Do I look like half-time girl? I haven't posted an Instagram in 2 months.
And I feel like that would be so helpful, because then you can do product reviews.
Yes,
things like that.
Even fun, like sometimes, like I've seen people that have done it, and that's not their whole blog, but that I've done this, where it's like I've either tested this pattern or I bought and made this pattern, and kind of here's the reason why I picked this one. Here's the yarn that I picked. Did I think it was a good yarn? Did I think it was fitting? Did I like it? Did I not like it? Like, what did I think of the pattern? Was it clear? Like, it's so helpful to see that. And then you can see the yarn that they use, especially if it's not the same one as the pattern. And they can be like, oh, like the drape is a little bit differently. If I had to do it again, I would use a different yarn. Or, like you can get such insightful information that is like too long and too detailed for like a social media caption, where you'll just like post a picture and be like, oh, this is the yarn, this is the pattern kind of thing. This way you can go really in depth and kind of also like, even if you're creating, like All About Ami does this, where she creates patterns, but she'll post a post before the pattern where she tells kind of the story of the pattern. Like,
oh, I didn't know she did that.
Yeah. I don't know if she does it for everyone, but I've seen this from her before, where she'll kind of explain where she got the idea from it or where it came from. Like, did the inspiration spark from the yarn? Did she see something in store and was like, oh my God, I love this? And she kind of gives you a little, so it's fun. It feels like you know the design a little bit better. You kind of know where she came with it. And there's something fun with that. Like, knitting and crocheting is very much a community, and it's fun to kind of get a peek at other people's brain and kind of like see how their ideas are sparked and what they've done. And like, I don't know, I personally think it's really cool.
Yeah. And like Natalie was saying, blogging, it's obviously not just going on your blog and writing things. You need to be running ads in your blog. You need to have affiliate links in order to make money.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just a regular blog that people are...
A blogging platform on its own does not bring you money.
Exactly. You have to monetize it.
And you can, like, I mean, that's where we all start. You Google how to monetize your blog,
Yeah.
and then you find ways and tricks and
There are, and like I said, we can do literally a series with all of this because I have so many things that I can tell you guys, but obviously I don't want to go super in depth with one specific thing because we're talking about all the different ways to make money. But blogging, there's a very easy way to monetize it, and that's just with Google at the beginning. And then you have different platforms, different companies that they will require more amount of views, more like a higher number of views or page views monthly in order to join their program, and they pay way more than Google. But anybody can start for free in having like little to none views, like very, very minimal views to start with Google, and then you can monetize. And of course, the more people visit your blog, the more money you get, because the more people are looking at the ads and all of that. So you really don't have to have like a huge audience to start your blog.
No.
Like you can literally
and
start
like
from
with
scratch.
anything in knitting and crocheting, you're like, don't expect to start making $1 million, and don't expect to start having all the views and all the followers. Like it's something that you build and grow organically over time if you want to succeed. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to cheat and go around that.
Yeah.
But it's not, long term is not what's going to bring you money.
Yeah. The next way to make money is making YouTube videos. And this is a little bit more tricky nowadays because YouTube actually requires a couple of things in order to monetize your videos, which is not very easy to achieve unless you are very consistent in putting out really good content that people want to watch all the time.
Yeah.
So they ask for 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, like organic watch time, meaning not you opening your YouTube video and letting it run for a whole day, every day,
over and over again.
Yeah, it's gotta be organic. It's gotta be from a different IP. It's called
IP address.
Yeah, IP address. It's gotta be. They have, of course, the high technology to tell that it's you or your mother-in-law watching your video.
Over and over and over.
Yeah,
of course.
But they ask for those two things in order to monetize your videos. So when you're starting from scratch, it's harder because you want to monetize so bad and you see that not that many people are watching, or you're not getting the views or the followers that you want. But as long as you stay consistent, put out really good content, have really good and catchy thumbnails and titles and things like that, you will get people to watch your videos and grow it organically, which is the idea. But YouTube, like I said, you have to have that first. But after that, you can monetize all of your videos.
And it's kind of like a blog where you have the goal is people are not going to keep coming back if you don't provide content, if you don't, you have to have some sort of consistency. You have to post you don't have to post every single Wednesday, for instance, but you have to post, pick a schedule that works for you and post that often all the time so that people know when to come back and look for it.
Yeah.
They know, consistency is key in creating habits in people. So the more consistent you are, the more people are going to be able to find you, and they're going to remember you and come back and see you.
I think at the beginning, you have to be very, very consistent.
Yes.
Like, if you can put out a video every week, you should aim for that. Yeah. And after, when you have more followers and your views are more consistent, then you can take, I say, the privilege of skipping a week or two or three, because you know that once you put out a content, you already have so many followers that people are going to watch your content right away.
People are going to see it for sure.
But at the beginning, you can do that if you're trying to build.
Plus, personally, like, think social media. I don't even think YouTube. But if I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see some content that I enjoy and I click to that person's Instagram, I'm like, oh, this is me giving that example, but this person hasn't posted since January 28th. Maybe I'm not going to follow them. Like, they're not active. They don't post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of this.
I want to see content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Says the girl who hasn't posted in 2 months.
Yeah. And also the platform push people that are consistent and that post more.
So you have more chances of being seen
Yeah.
and therefore more chances of getting followers and therefore more chances of earning money.
Yeah. The next way of making money is podcasts, and this is like with a question mark because
no, you can make money making podcasts.
You can.
Don't quite ask us how yet because we haven't monetized
No, we
the
haven't
podcast.
done it yet.
We haven't made a penny. We do this for fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't really know how. I mean,
well, you can get paid partnerships with companies, and you can also put some sort of advertisements in your podcast somehow. We just, like Natalie said, we haven't researched, we haven't done anything about it. We just do this for fun, and we love that you guys are here listening. But I'm sure, and of course, there is a way to do so. So that's another way. And I say podcast in general, but of course we're talking about knitting and crochet. So if you want to talk about, you know, all the things knitting and crochet related, that's another way to make money.
Maybe we'll come back to you in a couple of years or so once we figured it out. But for now, we know it's doable.
Yeah, we just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
The next one is patterns.
Patterns. And this is a great one because this is compared to all the other ones that we've mentioned on this list and we'll be mentioning. This is the one that allows you to make multiple amounts of money from the same workload.
YouTube as well.
I mean, yes, but you still have to put out more content. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if people is still watching that video that you made like 3 years ago, you're still making money. Enough. Same with your blog.
Yes, they're still going to come up. But again, you have to stay active to be relevant.
Yes.
Whereas, like, pattern is a little bit different. What's great about making patterns is that you do the work once, you publish the pattern, and then money comes in.
Yeah.
And you have done nothing else.
Yeah.
And you can have one pattern, like I do.
Yeah. And
still have money coming in.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Or you can do multiple patterns and have even more money coming in, which is even better.
Yeah.
Which I plan to do.
Yeah. Don't get us wrong. Making a pattern is not as easy as it sounds. We're not saying like, oh, let's just make whatever and publish it. Like making a pattern, creating a pattern, it's difficult. It takes weeks, but you do that work once and then it's there.
Yeah. You do it once and then it's there. And what's great about it, like, let's take my pattern, for example, the temperature blanket. It comes, like, I mean, obviously it dies down as the year goes on, but then December, January rolls around and then it picks back up again. And then the sales die down. So, like, it's not going to be something that's necessarily constant either. None of these are. It's not something that you can necessarily rely on. You're going to have this much money coming in every month. Like, it varies with the seasons. It varies. Like, markets are popular for crochet knitting items in the fall, winter. In the summer, you're not going to sell a toque.
Yeah.
Selling online, you have a little bit more reach because you can reach people in different countries that have different weather. So you may sell, but most of your sales are going to be, again, in the fall and the winter. Blogging is year round, but so is YouTube, so is the podcast. But you will have peak season.
Well, and you have to make your content according to, the weather. The season. The weather.
The season.
It's gloomy
but you've told me this too. Like, you see a hike in your income when 100%. Christmas comes around because everyone is like, let me look at how to make Christmas gifts. Let me look, you know what I mean?
And it's not just that, but okay, so people are more active looking for things to make around Christmas because they want to buy make things as gifts, but also companies, their budget
Yes.
is double or triple than the spring and summer
true.
because there's so much more people buying
Yeah.
that they want to promote whatever they're buying, so their budget is huge, so therefore you get way more money, 2, 3, 4, 5 times more than your low seasons, just because people are watching more, people are searching more, and companies have more money.
Yeah.
So, of course, selling knitting and crochet items, it's not consistent.
No, and that's something you need to keep in
yeah,
mind.
you need
It's
to
not-
keep in mind.
It's on a 9 to 5 with a set salary.
Yeah. Well, unless.
Well, you kind of have your baseline. You like
Yeah. Unless
over time.
you have multiple sources of income.
Yes.
Then, because I do this for a living,
Yes.
but I don't only do one.
But your salary also varies on a
Of
season.
course, my
It's
salary
never consistent.
No, it's never the same. My salary is never the same one month to another.
Yeah.
Like it's completely different in March, May than it is in November, December.
Yeah.
You know? And it's completely different, but even in my low seasons, I can still have income coming in because of course I have a family.
Yes.
This is my full-time job, but you have to keep in mind that I don't have one thing. From the list that we gave you guys, the things that we mentioned, I probably do all of them
Yeah. Except for the podcast. Yeah.
except for the podcast. Well, we do the podcast, but I'm saying we don't earn money from the podcast.
Yeah.
So if you have multiple ways of getting income with knitting and crochet, that's great. But you always have to start with one.
Somewhere. Yeah. And then the next and last one that we have, and there may be more that we haven't thought of, but collaborations and sponsorships.
Yeah. Which it's not that easy.
No, it's really
I
not.
feel like in the knitting and crochet community, it's not as easier as a beauty influencer, for example.
No, because we're still very much stuck in the cycle of what's the value of knitting and crochet.
Yeah.
And so we're still very much in the, I'll send you free yarn, and why don't you create a pattern and do these posts and do all these things.
Yeah.
And we haven't yet turned the page to this is worth money.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that are just starting, or not just starting, but like relatively new in this game will say yes to yarn, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
It's
When you're
free.
just starting out, you
Yeah.
get like free yarn or free notions, and you're like, "This is so great!
Yeah.
I got free stuff!" Like,
But-
of course, but that also hinders everybody else because, I mean,
But you don't know
no,
what other people are getting paid. But for example, I now don't. Oh shit, that's your feet. Like
she's
I'm
rubbing
gonna
my
put
foot
my
into the
foot-
table, guys.
I'm like, what is this so soft? And at least foot. But I notice, and it's crazy because I have rejected a couple of offers from these big companies because they are not offering to pay me what I know it's worth.
Yeah,
And then on the other hand, we had a company that doesn't exist anymore. It's so sad because they used to pay me to make YouTube videos, and they will pay me good money. And okay, I'm not a beauty influencer. So when I say good money, I'm talking about like, I don't know, $1,600, you know, for one video. I mean, that's
good
pretty
money.
cool.
That's pretty good
That's
money.
good money. But obviously compared to when you're a beauty influencer and they're paying you 10 grand to do one video,
Yes.
like, come on. But so this company doesn't exist anymore, which is, it's
So
sad.
sad.
But they were able to pay more, and I have been working with other companies in the past. I'm not gonna say which one.
no,
But they also don't pay good. And it's crazy because they are big companies, like big yarn companies, that they know what they're doing. They know what knitting and crochet is worth. So why wouldn't they want to pay these influencers more, right?
Yeah, because they can get away with not, because if you say no, perfect, we'll move on to the next person on the list.
There's a lot of people that wants free yarn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have said
and it's
no.
not that you shouldn't accept free yarn. It's just
Well, it like I said at the beginning, it's great if you can get free yarn, or even not just at the beginning, but if you really, really, really like the brand. Like for example, I got free stuff from Furls, and I am freaking over the moon because they are amazing. The crochet hooks are beautiful, and I have always wanted to try them.
Yeah.
So yes, they're not paying me to show them. I'm just genuinely showing them because I really, really like them.
Yeah.
And they did not ask me to show it.
But that's the difference.
Yeah.
They offered to send you product, and you chose. Like,
exactly.
Because some companies will offer you products.
Oh, so...
And request that you do a reel and a static post and this and that.
Oh,
and
so then, I'll tell you right away. There's one big company that you see it everywhere. Everybody's getting yarn from them. But they ask you to do a video, do a reel, do a post a certain amount of stories, and you also have to add the label on top that said paid partnership, and it's not even paid. They don't pay you a penny. So this company contacted me and they're like, oh, we would like to send you yarn, can you do this, blah blah blah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And they are like, you have to also do a YouTube video for this campaign. And I was like, okay, what's your budget?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't have a budget at the moment. We only send free yarn. I'm like, oh, heck no.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm not doing a whole pattern, a whole video, that it takes time, that you need the equipment, and that you also have to come up with a pattern for free?
Yeah.
No. No, thank you. You could have, like, very nice yarn, but if you are sending it just for the heck of sending it, and then being like, if you would like to post, you can post. If not, like, it's okay. Different story. But if you're requiring all these things, that's a different story. So, but like I said, I feel like collaborations and paid partnerships within the knitting and crochet community, it's a little bit hard. I don't see brands seeking for creators as often. Yeah. You have to find the brands, which to a certain point is,
It's not easy.
It's not easy, yeah.
It's not easy, and it can be quite discouraging if you're, reaching out to a bunch of different people because they don't always get back to you.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I have another company that I have been trying to reach out for, a year now?
Yeah.
And still nothing, zero respond. Like, I got a couple emails back, and then they ghosted me.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
But, so those are all the ways that we can think of for making money money online.
And yeah, as we said, you use pretty much all of them.
Yeah, so now we were going to say, which one do you use? You start, and then I'll go.
I sold at markets.
Mm-hmm.
I sell online, mainly patterns at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have patterns.
Yeah.
And then there's a podcast, which we don't earn money from.
We will. We're going to find a way.
Eventually.
Yeah.
We do it for fun.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We love it.
But yes, I don't think that I would ever probably do video on YouTube because that's just not me.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But I would love to get into blogging. I mean, if you've followed me on Instagram, you've seen the length of my captions. I enjoy writing.
Oh, yes, you do.
I enjoy writing, so I feel like blogging would be a really great...
If you guys have read the descriptions of our podcasts, Natalie always writes the descriptions, and they're long and juicy. I love them. I'm like, here you go. You can write the description. Yeah, yes. You really like writing it.
She writes blah, blah, and then sends it to me to fill out.
Well, you have to write a description. If not, it doesn't let you save it. So I just write blah, blah. Here you go, Natalie. You can fill it. Well, the other day I tried.
Yeah, you did. You did really good, actually.
I tried.
You did
But
good.
I did 2 lines compared to you. You always write like 15 lines.
I actually enjoy writing, guys.
This is
I should put that on my list for this year, blogging.
this is the hardest part for me on my blog, is because there is a strategic part behind blogging, and again we can get more into depth after, more in deep.
In depth.
In depth.
Yeah.
I think I said it right then.
You
After
said in deep.
No, I said in depth, and then I
Oh.
said more deep.
Okay.
Into this, but there is obviously a strategic way to blog,
Yes.
which if you have seen, okay, so I'm
There's
gonna
a
give you,
typical layout to a post.
yeah,
That works best.
yeah, I'm gonna give you an example. Have you ever gone to Pinterest to find a recipe, and then you have to read my
The
grandmother
entire story.
Oh
of
yeah, of how
my
you
grandma
created.
used to make this, but back then she
Oh,
made
yeah.
it using these ingredients, and now we know that this is not
Oh
good
yeah,
for your health.
the
so
whole
now
story of the recipe. So then, very very thankful for every creator that has the button
skip to
jump
recipe.
to recipe. Yeah, thank God. And then when you click on it and it goes down and down, and you're like, how much did you write?
Yeah, like seriously. And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, but like I use these spices that I like best than any others. And
Yeah.
then and you're just like, girl, like I don't care. Just tell me what ingredients I need to
Yeah.
buy and how long this is gonna take. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, and so that's obviously strategically, they want you to scroll through the whole thing for you to see the ads for them to get paid. So,
The more they write, the more space there is for ads. And so the more money they can make off a single post.
yeah. So for me, it's actually extremely hard to write all these things. I always write a little bit about how I came up with that idea and why you should make this pattern and why I like it and what I like about the pattern. But it's always so hard, not just because I don't know what to say, because I do know what to say. It's just because English is not my first language. So for me, writing is challenging.
Yeah.
So whenever I write the post in Spanish, I can say more because I'm writing in my
It's
language. So
easier.
it's
It's your-
easier for me to write more. But even then, I still have a hard time like, okay, what else should I say?
Yeah.
What else should I mention about this?
Because also the more you do knitting and crocheting, like, there's only so many things, right?
That you can say about
kind
it.
of say about the technique or the pattern. Like it kind of does end up somewhat repetitive at
Yeah.
some point, right?
So because that's a hard part, and because I know you really like writing, I feel like that would be something that you would do really, really well.
Yeah, they'd be very long posts.
Which is
very
fun.
in-depth and long posts.
But it's good because whenever they're informative, whenever they
Yes.
are interesting, it's nice reading, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, and the things that I do, so that's all the ones you do. Yeah, you do the patterns and
The pattern online. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry. Actually, I said online, but I've sold quite a bit of things through Instagram.
yeah,
I have a Facebook, but I don't use it as
you
much.
don't use it.
I mean, whatever I post on Instagram goes to my Facebook, and I'll respond to comments and stuff. But I've gotten orders through Instagram, through Etsy, markets, and then the patterns.
Yeah. So the things that I do are Etsy. I have my own store, online store, which is Shopify. I use Shopify. I have Facebook and Instagram, but I don't sell through Facebook or Instagram. I don't do that anymore. I don't do the send me this and invoice and blah, blah, blah. I just rather go through Etsy and Shopify because I have everything organized.
easier.
Because if not, I'm just so all over the place that I'm like, I'm gonna forget. So
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I sell at markets every winter. I've been doing it for 5+ years. I have a blog, so I do the blogging. I have a YouTube channel, 2 YouTube channels, so I do the YouTube. We have the podcast, but we don't earn money from the podcast. I also do patterns, and I also do collaborations and sponsorships.
So basically, you do all of them.
I do all of them.
All of the above.
And I don't want to discourage you guys and tell you you need to do all of this in order to have a living from knitting and crochet, to make a living. Because you can just only sell patterns and have really, really good patterns, and you can make a living out of just patterns. You don't need to do everything. You just have to find what works for you.
Yeah, and what you enjoy doing, because it'll transpire through whatever you don't like doing, people will notice.
Yeah.
You will see, you're not going to feel like doing it, you're not going to keep up to date with it, et cetera, et cetera.
So yeah,
this is ways you can make money knitting and crocheting.
If you guys have any other ideas, like any other ways you can think of, just let us know. And once again, please rate us 5 stars on everywhere. Everywhere that you can leave a review or rate us 5 stars. It takes 2 seconds, and it's really, really helpful for our podcast.
Yes. Leave us comments, and if you have questions, if you want to spill the tea on a situation, if you have ideas for us for other podcast episode, you can always email us at
dropastitchpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. So talk to you next week.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.